Hello, viewers. Today we are going to talk about pig waste management. That's how you manage the pig poop to make sure that you don't pollute the environment and just to make sure that we are environmental conscious. That's an area that's actually very dear to me. I am very intentional in my operations and the things I stand for, and that's one of them, to make sure that we don't pollute the globe. We are not contribute to global warming. So I want to make sure that I do my small part to make sure that I'm responsible and I'm doing what I need to do to be environmental friendly. So enough with that. Now we can get started on how we manage our waste. When I was ready to start farming, I did call in a company. There's a company in Kenya that deals with biogas. So what they'll do is they'll come in, they'll show you their systems, they'll show you how to set up. All you need to do is show them a location. Now, so what you're seeing here is the location that I pointed to them where I wanted the biogas to stand. So they'll work with you, they'll clear the area, and then they'll start setting up. So they'll come in with their own supplies. They'll set up. They have all these types of material to make sure that the material is environmental friendly as well, so it doesn't deteriorate with heat. They make sure that the area is flat, so when you're setting up, the material that you're dumping in can settle in nicely and be biodigested. So what you see is an image of a finished product, and the video that what you're seeing next to is how they mix the pig waste with water. So again, they have a technician who will come in and they'll show you how to mix the waste, because if you don't mix it well, it's going to be too solid to be biodigested, and it's just going to sit in the biogas system, the biodigester, and it's not going to give you the byproducts that you're looking for. So as you can see here, you get the waste from your farm, you put it in a container, and then you keep stirring and adding water. So you're supposed to stir until you get a porridge consistency, really smooth. And again, that's to make sure that you don't clog your system. The one thing that I forgot to point out was, as you can see, there's a tube up there. That tube is where the waste goes in. The one that's been prepared will go in through there. And there's another system at the back. There's another piping at the back, tubing at the back, and that's where the waste will come out from. But at that time, it's not really waste. That's your fertilizer, that's your manure, that stuff that you can use for your plants. So again, you keep stirring to make sure you kill any big lumps, make it soft, and at the same time you remove any fiber in that mixture. You don't want plants, you don't want straws, you don't want things that can clog your system. You want to make sure that the material is smooth and good enough to where once dumped into the system, it should do what it's supposed to do. So after the mixing, you can see the consistency there. Now you go ahead and dump it through the inlet, and that material will now go in the biodigester. So he's pouring in everything, making sure you also aim. You don't want to mess up the area. You need to be as clean as possible so we don't attract flies and other things that you don't want in your farm. So that's gone in, and then Once the sun comes up, the system will warm up, and then the digestion will start. And many times you can actually hear the digester bubbling. You can, when it's hot, you see the manure coming out on the other end, and then you also see the gas coming out through another system. So the two things that we get from this system are manure, like I said. It's a liquid slurry that comes out that's really good for your plants and farming. And then on the other hand, you get biogas. So that is a gas that we use for cooking in the farm. What they do is that same company will do the wiring, like you can see up here, from the biogas into the little farmhouse. They wire that. They also bring you the stove, so you don't even have to buy that. You buy the package. So you buy the biogas material, you buy the stove and all the equipment that comes with it. No, you don't buy them separate. You pay the company, and you get it as a package from them. So what the technician is doing here is showing us how to use the biogas, the gas that's coming out of the biodigester, right? So showing us how to open, how to close, just like you do with your stove at home. Same thing, nothing different, right? So if you watch closely too, you see there's I don't know if we can see here, but there's a hose on the other side of the stove. But I'll show you guys what that does shortly. So let me give you guys a few minutes to just watch what he's doing here. Yeah, so if you look at, there's that, I don't know if you guys call it a hose or a tubing or whatever you call it. I'm going to call it a tubing. That it's at the back of the stove. So what happens is sometimes when there's moisture in that tubing, the stove will not go on. It will not light. So what you do is you remove that hose and you drain any moisture that's in there. I think it's going to show us shortly how that's done, but you really just unplug it from the stove, drain any moisture that's in there, and then plug it right back in. I think he's doing it now, so let me let you guys watch that. Yeah, right there. So any moisture comes out, and what it does is make sure that there's enough fire for you to cook and to do whatever you want. We actually use this for everything. You can do anything. You can make ugali, you can boil githeri, you can do whatever else it is you want. There are actually many people who package it and sell it to their neighbors and to other people, but we are not doing that at the moment. We are just using it for the farm, cooking, warming water, doing whatever else we need in there. And you see right there already, that saves the environment in terms of cutting trees, right? You don't need charcoal for cooking. You don't need to go cutting trees for firewood, because that biogas already, it's doing everything that you want done. And like I said, you can cook even the toughest foods like githeri. I think for Kenyans who are watching, you know githeri can be really hard to boil, and you can boil githeri with this, just like you can do with makaa or any other means of cooking. Again, what he's demonstrating here is how to shut the system and how to open it. So the instructions are you leave it open throughout and you just turn on and off on the stove. So you don't have to keep closing and opening that valve, the yellow valve that you're shown over there. You don't need to keep opening and closing it because that's how you break the system. So you leave it open and then you regulate from the stove. So moving on again, we are seeing now the final product again coming through over here. Now you can see that at the back, that's where the manure comes out of. You collect the manure from there. It's liquid, it's a slurry. You collect and then we put it in a drum. Now from that drum, you're going to package it because it's ready for market. It's really good manure that we've tested. We've used it in our plants. We've used in our vegetables, and it does a really good job. So you take it out of there, you put it in a drum, and then you save it over there. And then you'll be packaging it in smaller containers as you please, and you take it to the market. So you can either sell it to the market, you can use it in your own plants, or you can do whatever you want with this. Like what you can see here, we package it into 10-liter containers. We put our company logo, and then we'll sell it to farmers for a fair price. We also put it in our own vegetables and plants. Like you can see here, this is Sukuma Wiki. We'll add that on and it grows really, really well. The best thing about this is, again, the environment is all clean. There's no foul smells coming out of your farm. The neighbors do not complain about your farm because everything is really, really clean. And even yourself, when the caretaker who is living there, the farm manager, they also live in a clean environment because everything is being managed really well. So, biodigesters, way to go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next. Bye.